Previously, Chen was outraged because the system had no idea how he had lived for the previous 10 years. After the system pretended she was merely resting, she transferred Chen to another dimension and left him there for a reason. On the opposite side, a girl was being attacked, and we discovered that she was Yi Qingwu, the Jade Sword Sect Master's daughter. The demonic beast then defeated Yi Qingwu. Chen Fan first met Yi Qingwu, and he was astounded that Yi Qingwu was as lovely as the fairy in the painting. Chen held her as she passed out, and Chen was impressed that she had survived this long after being so seriously injured. Yi Qingwu was able to develop in 3 stages. The first stage was Martial Spirit Middle Stage, followed by Martial Spirit Late Stage, and finally, Martial Spirit Peak. While everything was going on, the leader of the Cloud Sword Sect, Yi Jinghong, was fighting the 100 Beast Sect and was revealed to us as the Cloud Sword Sect Patriarch. Before Yi Jinghong could attack, Yi Qingwu appeared. She attacked the 2 traitors, killing both of them. Yi Qingwu brought her father to see Chen. Yi Jinghong begged her daughter to give Chen this jade butterfly so that Chen could protect them. Chen and Boss Wang were conversing when Chen Fan revealed that he was looking for a sect to practice martial arts. And Boss Wang had an idea, telling him that the Sacred Sound Valley sect was currently holding a martial arts exam in Qingxi. Chen was taken aback because this was one of the 3 major sects, the Sacred Sound Valley sect. He promptly departed after eating to go to the Sacred Sound Valley sect to take the test, and now, let's begin this new video. He was in Qingxi town's center square with his buddies, who were all cheerful that he had come to take the martial arts test. This was mentioned by the blacksmith of Zheng Qingxi town. Others who respected him were delighted to see him, and the guy with a bandana in his head told him to go first. The other one responded, informing him that with his good looks and wide knowledge, he would easily pass the test and join the hallowed Sound Valley sect. They all believed in Elder Chen and his character as a wonderful man who is kind and courteous. Zhang head guy stated that if he hadn't assisted his blacksmith business, it would have had to close. The third guy in the back went on to say that Senior Chen taught Boss Wang's cooking talents, Dr. Chen's medical skills and his crafts, and how no one in this hamlet has escaped his generosity. There are a lot of people here, Chen said to Xiao Chao. Xiao Chao responded that even if people are unable to enter the martial arts test, they can still view a beauty's blessing. Chen Fan glanced ahead, his eyes widening in astonishment at such beauty. Chen is envious of her bright eyes and pearly teeth, allowing others to view her as if he wants to defend her with his life. This was Qin Yin, the Sacred Sound Valley sect leader's daughter. She stared at him and smiled, thinking that this guy was respectable and lovely, despite being surrounded by so many villagers, and she assumed he was unique among his peers. When Qin Yin gazed at him, he blushed and stared at her in awe. And she motioned for him to come here. Chen Fan blinked, shocked that she had urged him to go first. Everyone in there smiled and agreed that he should go first. And the guy in front of him smiled, telling him, who would have imagined the beauty to notice him among the crows? So exceptional? He expressed his admiration for him. Zhang head guy called out, saying that Senior Chen is a teacher to hundreds of people in Qingxi town and that such a wonderful individual will undoubtedly be able to become a martial artist. And they all started cheering him on, Qin Yin thought, amazed that he's so popular, and this is exhilarating. Chen became concerned, thinking that this soul test stone was comparable to Xiao Wu's, but the fearful Sound Valley had a large sect, so the soul test stone shouldn't be an issue. He pondered. Qin Yin instructed him to put his hand on the soul testing stone. And he'd done it before, so he figured this time would be different. Following a stick of incense, Qin Yin closed her eyes and stated that he would never be a martial artist. She told him to go. Qin Yin was dissatisfied that he was not a lifetime genius. She hoped he was a genius. Everyone was stunned, and Xiao Chao tried to console him by telling him that everything was fine. Even though he lacked martial spirit, he is the instructor who trained everyone here. It's fine not to be a martial artist, and if he stays in town, they still have a lot of questions for him to answer. They hadn't seen each other in a long time, according to Zhang head person. He advised him to get drunk tonight, and told him to go fetch some sweet-scented osmanthus wine to taste. While they were saying this, Chen Fan looked down, disappointed that his ambition of becoming a martial artist had come to an end. Meanwhile, an old man was walking about the Cloud Sword Sect discussion hall. Yi Jinghong was sweating because he didn't know what to say. The old man mentioned today to brother Yi, and is what he said true? Yi Jinghong drank the tea and exclaimed, everything he said is true, and why should he be skeptical of his own words? The old man said in surprise, what are you saying? That guy was lying to me. He exclaimed, Qing Wu's breakthrough and his unexpected breakthrough. And the meat that was able to assist him break through right away? He asked him who he should believe the most. Yi Jinghong gazed at him passively and assured him that all he stated was true. The elderly man was enraged because he thought the head of the Cloud Sword sect and himself, the master of the Holy Sound Valley sect, were good friends, but he would lie to him. And how heartbreaking it is. Yi Jinghong stared him in the eyes and told him that he had met a senior because of Xiao Wu's opportunity. However, because senior travels frequently, he didn't want to bother him. Brother Qin then asked him if he was aware of the recent rumor. He clenched his teeth in rage and told him that in this martial realm, the last Huayan Taoist was said to have resided on this Yuha island. And possibly this treasure left by the Huayan Taoist. Yi Jinghong interrupted him by slamming his hand on the desk and shouting to brother Qin, what does he mean? The old man sadly looked aside and informed him that there was no meaning and that he only wanted to inform the major sects to congratulate brother Yi on his breakthrough. Yi Jinghong was serious because he understood that if Qing Potion purposefully propagated accusations that he had obtained and hidden the treasure of the Huayan Taoist, the Cloud Sword sect would undoubtedly become a target in the public's eyes. Yi Jinghong thought that this was the only choice left to bother the master again? Yi Jinghong grinned and expressed his gratitude. He then inquired if he wanted to see the master. He will take him there, but he will not mention cultivation. The old man also grinned and agreed, telling him it was no issue. However, in the elderly man's head, he was thinking of other things, such as how he wants to see how long this old man will fake it. Yi Jinghong turned back and instructed him to let him summon Qing Wu, who was hoping to meet the master. The old man had an epiphany and reasoned that in such scenario, he will direct Qin Yin to follow. He imagined an entertaining scene if brother Yi lost face in front of the young generation. Yi Jinghong, Yi Qingwu, and the others were on their way to Chen Fan's residence. Qing Wu inquired of her father, is what Uncle Yi said true? Why does it sound like a fantasy? The old man said to her it's a lie, and to see how he exposes him. When Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu realized they were getting close to their objective, they hopped down from their swords, and Yi Jinghong told Yi Qingwu that they are almost there, and they will walk the rest to pay respect. But the old man didn't stop, murmuring whether that was even necessary. He told Qing Yin that they would continue. Yi Jinghong shouted to the old man Qin Potion to stop. Yi Qingwu was concerned as he inquired of her father about what they should do. Yi Jinghong yelled angrily at them to follow them down because if they insulted senior, they'd be ruined. Qin Potion arrived at Chen Fan's house, and when he arrived, he was dissatisfied. Where do the birds that don't poop and the strongest live? And he began to mutter, tisk tisk tisk, Yi Jinghong, are you playing me for a fool? Qin Potion began to release lightning from his palm, and he realized he had to see what this so-called master was capable of. Qin Potion, stop! Yi Jinghong yelled, but before he could launch his strike, lightning struck Qin Potion, knocking him down. Qin Potion landed painfully on the ground, leaving Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu motionless and dumbfounded. Suddenly, the small little ant transformed into a monster, speaking in a demonic tone, you mortals dare show no respect towards master. You will perish. Qin Potion was terrified as he knew this was the ancient demon ant. He begged his brother, Yi Jinghong, to assist him. Oh great one, we are friends with the master, we wouldn't dare to disrespect him at all. Yi Qingwu and Yi Jinghong bowed. Please spare us. Qing Wu was stunned, and Qin Potion was horrified and bewildered because the ant does not appear to be here to meet the master wholeheartedly. The demonic ant roared near Qin Potion before he could rest, and Qin Potion shouted in terror. The ant demon was ordered to stop by the heavenly elder tree. The ant demon became outraged, telling the Qing emperor the heavenly tree that they were guilty of invading the palace. Everyone wondered if it was the name of the Qing emperor. Everyone was shocked, except for the old man, who was scared, when Yi Jinghong realized it was the heavenly tree. They were all aware that only one person qualified to be dubbed Qing emperor on the heavenly martial continent. And there was the matchless person who triumphed over an era in the last years of ancient times, defying the sky and becoming emperor. In addition, the emperor died 90,000 years ago. They wondered if it was the same name. The Qing emperor responded that the guilty should await the arrival of the master for his judgment. The ant demon responded in a diabolical tone, claiming that a group of ants being slain would not even garner the master's attention. It's amusing that he said ants. Anyway, when Qin Potion and the rest of them heard what the demonic ant had to say, they were scared, and Yi Jinghong yelled for Qin Potion not to bring him down with him. The Qin emperor directed Dragon Vine to bound the demonic ant. Dragon Vine responded, and tied the evil ant. The demonic ant roared, shouting at Dragon Vine to let him go. Dragon Vine told the demon ant to stop, and Master is kind to the public and does not allow the slaughter of innocent people. Why? Inquired the demonic ant. Telling him that he is simply removing impediments that would annoy Master, he spoke in a satanic tone. Fear gripped Yi Jinghong and Qin Potion. The demonic ant was slammed to the ground by the Dragon Vine. And the heavenly tree yelled at him to stop right now. This is your final warning. The evil ant began to sweat bullets in panic as he heard this. The demonic ant began to shake in fright as the celestial tree began to unleash his aura. The demonic ant began to calm down, and he threatened them, telling Yi Jinghong, Qin Potion, and the others that if they said anything about what had transpired now, they would perish. When Qin Potion glanced at the ant, he began to wonder why he hadn't heeded Brother Yi's advice. Chen Fan was in the Qingxi blacksmith shop at the time. He was still upset about what had occurred earlier. Zhang head person consoled him, saying it didn't matter if the senior couldn't cultivate. Everyone in town still respects him. Zhang knew that Chen was stomping on the arrogant heavens, standing with an ancient emperor and numerous beauties. Chen stared down at his sake, sadly. Zhang head guy grinned and assured him that whatever he did would be considered a blessing. Chen slammed the sake on the table, yelling angrily, saying you got that right, and I was born to be useful, and I will also turn 360 bloodlines into geniuses. Zhang laughed and told him he was drunk. They celebrated by consuming sake. After finishing his sake, Chen realized it was getting late and that he needed to get back. The guy smiled and asked Chen, why don't you stay the night? Chen's pulse quickened as he realized that if he stayed, this guy would be too near for comfort. As a result, he refused. The man then smiled and followed Chen outside. Chen was still inebriated as he swung around for being drunk when he said. Before he could say anything, his friend observed something, and his eyes widened in surprise. Meanwhile, the horse was furious as it stole this guy's bacon. Chen was also taken aback when he found himself holding a rope. While this was going on, the horse was yelling angrily, I'm a horse, and my entire family is made up of horses. He told himself that he was the Dragon Clan's crown prince. Zhang Gai and the horse began fighting over the bacon. Chen motioned at the horse and yelled at it to let go. If he doesn't, he'll beat him. The horse scowled angrily at him and told him to come give his ass a massage then. He reasoned in his head. And Chen did just that. Chen didn't notice his rope was sparking with chi yet again. And when the rope struck the horse, it suffered great pain. The horse stumbled and shouted out, wondering how the mortal could have harmed him so badly. Chen gazed at the horse and wondered, isn't this horse strange? His pal did not respond after telling him that he believed this horse and him were fated to meet. Why not take it with him back home? His friend asked. He told him that if the horse is neglected, the horse might steal his bacon again. Chen considered it and agreed. His friend urged him to look at how pleased the horse was because it was now accepting him. However, the horse was not accepting Chen. It was yelling for him to get away from him as he cursed angrily at him in horse language. But Chen had no idea since he grinned gleefully and agreed that it was fate, and he would retain it. Chen began to mount the horse, and the horse in his head threatened him that if he got any closer, he'd send him flying. Chen was beaming as he ascended the horse. The horse's eyes widened as he felt heavy, and the horse was perplexed as to why his legs were not reacting. And why does it seem like a mountain is crushing me? The horse pondered. Giddy up, Chen said as he rammed his rope into his back. And the horse shouted, sweating bullets, and it raced as fast as it could. And his pal wished him a safe journey. The horse yelled out in his head, wondering why he was being tormented. He assured himself that once he established his cultivation basis, he'll make him bleed like the Red Sea. When Chen and his horse were in the forest on their way home, he noticed withered vines, aged trees, dark crows, small bridges, and flowing water. The horse was still breathing heavily as they drove. The horse couldn't figure out why Chen seemed to be becoming heavier. The horse was becoming dizzy and exhausted, and he lamented that he just wanted to go home. Chen had gotten almost to his residence when he noticed something. He inquired if he had any visitors. Meanwhile, Qin Poshonen began coughing up blood. Yi Jinghong was taken aback and asked Brother Qin what was wrong. Qin Poshen informed him that he believes his intestines are broken. Yi Qingwu informed him, concerned, that Senior was on his way over here. However, Yi Jinghong was concerned that the master would be angry at them for revealing his identity. He warned him not to get too stirred up. And they had all seen him arrive. Yi Qingwu was the first to greet him joyfully. Qingwu glanced at Chen Fan and recognized it was Chen, the one who took the test to become a martial artist, and she pondered how he was so handsome. Chen was still riding his horse when he inquired as to what brought them here. Yi Jinghong said that they had come here to find him. Chen looked behind Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu and saw Qingwu, and Chen instantly recognized her, and when Qin Yin and Qin Poshen realized this, they both leapt in fright. Qingwu suddenly and anxiously greeted Chen, knowing that he had been rejected by the Sacred Sound Valley sect. Chen Fan welcomed her back and wondered what had brought her here. Yi Qingwu introduced her companion to Chen, saying, "This is Qin Yin." And Yi Qingwu presented Chen Fan to her, informing her that Senior Chen had saved her and that she was thankful to him. Qin Poshen, Qin Yin's father, was also introduced. Hearing that, Qin Poshen chuckled. Chen was perplexed as to why this elder's face appeared ill and inquired of Qin Poshen whether he was ill. Qin Poshen pointed to himself, unsure what to say. He was taken aback when his master addressed him as elder. He pondered whether he had said something humorous. He was nervous and didn't know what to say. Yi Jinghong responded for Qin Poshen, saying he's only fatigued from hiking the hill. He assured him that he would be all right after some rest. Chen smiled and told him that if that was the case, he should hurry and bring him inside to relax. Chen believed Qin Poshen was too powerful for his daughter to be a cultivator. They left the horse behind, and the horse convinced himself that he would take advantage of that idiot mortal's lack of attention and flee. Dragon Vine entwined himself around the horse, threatening him that if he fled away, he'd hang him. The horse was taken aback when he realized it was Dragon Vine. The demonic ant turned once more and spoke in a demonic tone, stating, "Looks like there's more food, well, time for dessert then." The horse yelled in surprise, understanding the ancient evil ant had arrived. The demonic ant growled, intending to devour him, and the poor horse sobbed, believing it was dead. Zhang Tiangqing Dragon Vine stopped him, informing him that the master had arrived and not to be arrogant. As he recommended him to stay or else, the threat was left dangling. Shakily, the horse inquired of Zhang Tiangqing, "What on earth is going on here?" But Dragon Vine didn't respond as he led the horse into the yard, and the horse grieved silently, unsure why there were such powerful beings here. He decided to simply lie down. Meanwhile, inside the house, Qin Poshen glanced at Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu, disappointed in both of them because Master had just poured the tea, and they were also enthralled by it. This, according to Qin Poshen, was insulting to the Master. However, before he could drink, Qin Yin summoned his father and told him to swallow it quickly. Qin Poshen agreed, noting her frenetic expression. He drank the tea and was surprised after taking a drink, and he wondered how. When he realized his injuries were healed, he wondered whether this was the Master's way of forgiving him. Qin Yin gazed at Chen Fan, realizing that he had two thoughts, one to injure and one to defend. She believed the Master's means were terrible, and she thought he was the toughest guy she'd ever met. Chen abruptly rose up and suggested that they sit for a while he prepared dinner for everyone, and when they've finished eating, they can go home. Qin Poshen was not paying attention. However, for some odd reason, he was drinking his tea like a dog. Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu were reminded of the Black Hawk when he mentioned providing food for them. Qin Poshen hastily jumped up and told him that there was no need, as visiting was already impolite, and how could they disturb him any longer? Both Yi Qingwu and Yi Jinghong were speechless and unable to speak, and Yi Qingwu, Yi Jinghong, and Qin Yin yelled in their heads, Let the master cook for us, and our lives will not be cut short. Qin Yin was also stunned but not stunned enough to remain speechless. Chen agreed and inquired about Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu. He then inquired about them. Are they okay? Yi Jinghong clenched his teeth and wondered if it was even possible to say no. He cursed the elderly man, referring to him as that damned old Qin. He was hesitant to say anything since he knew Elder Qin was correct, and it was already late, so they will undoubtedly eat his meal the next time. He felt like crying as he said this. Yi Qingwu slammed her fist on the desk, infuriated because he wanted to stay, and she was willing to do anything Chen said. She gathered herself before doing anything else, and she told him with a bright smile that they wouldn't bother him any longer this time. She didn't want to do it since tears were prickling at the corner of her eyes. Chen agreed and assured them that the next time, he'd invite everyone to supper. With a smile on his face, he said this. If he had looked behind him, he would have seen Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu, who were disappointed that they wouldn't be able to taste his excellent dish, and they won't know when the next time will be. Qin Potion was merely delighted that he obtained the tea, and Master wanted them to return the next time, and both Qin Potion and Qin Yin agreed that they needed to be more cautious in the future. Chen reflected on how Yi Jinghong had given him the jade butterfly the day before and how he should repay the courtesy. Chen returned his gaze to Yi Jinghong and asked him to wait a moment, telling him he'd want to give him a gift. Both Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu were taken aback. Chen showed him a hoe he made himself, and if he intends to utilize it, he will hand it over to him. Chen continued to smile. While he was speaking, the hoe began to emit a faint gold ray, which Chen failed to notice. Yi Jinghong's eyes widened in surprise as he realized that this hoe surpassed an immortal-grade weapon. Yi Jinghong was unsure as he inquired if he could have this. Even as he said this, his hands were reaching for the hoe. Qin Potion shielded his eyes from the brightness of the hoe, muttering angrily, "How did he get so lucky?" Qin Yin's jaw dropped in awe at the beauty of this weapon. Chen responded, "Just take it." Yi Jinghong cried, grateful for this great and powerful present, and informed him that he truly likes this hoe. Chen concluded that if a hoe like this could make him this pleased, he would offer him more in the future. Chen said goodbye by waving at them. Yi Qingwu returned his wave and assured him that they would return, and Qin Yin returned the wave. A few steps away, the elderly man was drooling, greedily staring at the weapon as he begged Yi Jinghong. "Please let him touch the master's hoe. He swears not to steal it with only a touch." Qin Yin is attempting to calm down his father by encouraging him to relax. And Yi Jinghong yelled at him, telling him not to even consider it. Yi Jinghong shouted at him, calling him a moron for attempting to steal his hoe. But he also declined Master's invitation to dinner. Qin Potion took a step back in surprise, not expecting Yi Jinghong to be upset with him. And Yi Qingwu yelled back, claiming that if we had eaten the dinner soon after, we would have been allowed to advance to the next stage. Qin Potion tries to justify himself by saying, Master was too generous, he couldn't help himself. Qin Yin realized that what Yi Jinghong stated was true. A cup of tea that cleansed the soul, a painting that crosses 3 realms, and a stick of meat that can transform a martial artist's fate. Meanwhile, the old man was pleased for a brief period as he inquired, Yi Jinghong, if he still had any beef skewers? Yi Jinghong answered, saying no. Is this the master's attitude toward Qin Wu? Qin Yin wondered. She hesitantly asked herself if she had a chance. Qin Potion begged Yi Jinghong to tell him more about Chen, to which Yi Jinghong said that he would when they returned to the sect. Qin Yin inquired of her friend Yi Qingwu whether the senior had a wife. Yi Qingwu was taken aback and wondered what she had done. Yi Qingwu and the others were on their way to the Cloud Sword sect. Almost every member of the Cloud Sword sect was apprehended. And the arrogant jerk was just standing there waiting for them. The arrogant jerk smirked viciously, assuring Yi Jinghong that he was finally returned. Yi Jinghong was enraged when he saw Qin Peng. Yi Qingwu was enraged once more that the Cloud Sword sect is almost destroyed. Yi Jinghong charged at the arrogant bastard, shouting at him, "Your head is mine." Yi Qingwu yelled for her father, concerned that he might be wounded. The arrogant guy ignited his power, smirked darkly, and informed him he's stupid. An evil beast attacked the arrogant guy immediately after he triggered his abilities. Yi Jinghong immediately came to a halt. The beast attacked not just Yi Jinghong but also Yi Qingwu, but before it could reach her, she constructed a barrier to defend herself. The arrogant bastard looked down on Yi Jinghong and told him that since he was not his opponent, he should simply kneel and surrender. "If you want to murder me, it won't be easy," Yi Jinghong murmured. And he tossed the toothpick directly towards the horrible beast. Qin Peng yelled at him, asking whether he was crazy and how a toothpick could kill him. However, when the toothpick unleashed its entire power, his face changed, indicating that something was awry, and that's when he spotted carvings on it. He wondered if this was a top-grade weapon. The horrible beast was killed instantly when the toothpick touched it? Qin Peng was stunned, wondering how this was possible. Yi Jinghong used the toothpick to stab Qin Peng, who also died instantly. And a toothpick was returned to Yi Jinghong. Qin Potion yelled at Brother Yi, asking him where he got the toothpick. Yi Jinghong didn't respond, simply smirked, and rotated the toothpick in his hand. Before he could respond, he observed someone in the rear speaking to him. So, the Cloud Sword sect possessed the Dao East Hoyan's treasure. Everyone looked up, astonished to see someone releasing a great deal of power. Yi Qingwu was the first to speak up, asking, "Who is that?" Qin Potion was nervous because just by looking at this man, he knew he was at a martial soul peak. Qin Yin was so taken aback and amazed that she wondered, was there such a strong person on Huhua Island? Envoy's eyes flashed brighter as he threatened them all to surrender or die. And he was holding a weapon in his hand, ready to kill them. Yi Jinghong yelled angrily, asking if he was the man behind the beast attacks. He yelled, "I'm the Cloud Sword sect's master, and we're not the same. Why should I give up?" And he threw the toothpick at him, attempting to kill him. But before the toothpick could reach the ambassador, he unleashed his own weapon and muttered silly. Envoy utilized a slash method to counteract the toothpick's strength. Yi Jinghong was surprised that Envoy carried such a powerful weapon. Qin Potion was shocked and cried to Brother Yi, "It's over. They're screwed." Yi Jinghong exclaimed loudly, "It's all or nothing," and he took out the hoe that Chen had given him. Envoy slashed him with an energy blade, warning him to die. However, Yi Jinghong was stunned and asked himself, how can this hoe absorb his spiritual powers like a bottomless abyss? Yi then exclaimed loudly to Brother Qin, telling him that his spiritual energy is insufficient. "Lend me a hand." The energy cut was still approaching. While that was going on, Yi Jinghong, Yi Qingwu, Qin Potion, and Qin Yin were filling the hoe's spiritual pool. When the hoe made contact with the energy blade, it quickly cracked and split apart. An envoy's eyes widened when he noticed the hoe? Unsure why they have a hoe? When Yi Jinghong and the others tossed the weapon at him, Envoy was surprised to see that it was an eternal grade weapon. Yi Jinghong yelled at him to die. "No," yelled Envoy. And before he could move, the hoe smashed into him, slicing him in half. Killing him instantly, Yi Qingwu, Yi Jinghan, and Qin Potion collapsed on their knees, exhausted by what they had just done. While Yi Jinghong was on his knees, he stated that this was risky. Yi Qingwu responded, saying it's a good thing they possessed Master's treasure. Before anyone could say anything, Qin Yin spotted the hoe returning to Yi Jinghong and was taken aback. Yi Jinghong observed the hoe next to him and agreed that they were lucky to have found the treasure. Yi Jinghong instantly hugged and kissed the hoe. He assumed Chen Fan had previously planned this for them. Yi Qingwu inquired, did he plan this? Both Qin Potion and Qin Yin were silent. While Yi Jinghong and the others were traveling, Yi Jinghong stated that what he meant previously was that the toothpick and hoe that Master gave them were really useful in resolving the situation, and there must be a deeper significance. Qin Potion inquired, what deep meaning? Both Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin were curious as well. Suddenly, Yi Jinghong raised the hoe and exclaimed, the Master told me to use this hoe and cultivate under the heavens, and to raise all living things. Everyone was taken aback. Even though they didn't understand what he was saying, they all thought it was cool. Yi Jinghong explained that Master uses the sky and the earth as a chessboard, with all living things as pawns, and they're all engaged in a huge game of chess. They all imagined Chen as an all-powerful entity who played chess all over the planet. And Yi Jinghong informed them how lucky he was to be a chess piece for Master, and he laughed a little, content to be a pawn. Qin Potion, Qin Yin, and Yi Qingwu were all taken aback. Yi Qingwu raised her hand like a toddler to inquire whether she might also become Master's pawn. Qin Yin did the same, assuring him he was there to join them, not separate them. Qin Potion hugged Yi Jinghong's leg as he grieved, wondering how his family was doing. Yi Jinghong sneered at him, asking if he believed being a pawn for master was easy. He told them that they were not worthy right now. Then he looked at them all and said, "Don't be discouraged, as long as you guys keep working hard, sooner or later, you will also be a pawn." Qin Potion simply sobbed silently, telling himself that he was still too weak. Qin Yin was determined to do his best to follow in the master's footsteps and become his loyal pawn. Yi Qingwu was likewise certain, saying, "There must be a side for me next to master." They all believed master intended for them to cultivate all living beings, beginning with the 100 Beast sect. And they were all cheering for master. The horse was unhappy the next day, and he spoke again in horse language to Chen, saying, "He is the crown prince of the dragon clan, and he is going to treat him like this?" Chen, on the other hand, missed the horse's angry expression. And Chen was completely unaware that the horse was about to kick him. Chen's monsters and powerful beings were all aware of this, and they gazed at him viciously as they unleashed their murderous intent. The horse was now sweating profusely as he yelled for them to calm down. He was fatigued, so he stretched. Well, he was still shaking in dread. He cried somewhat, this time staying still and without doing anything weird, and while he was crying, Chen reminded him that they don't idle horses, so he could choose whether to plow or steam. The horse began to trot, and he grumbled, "Some dragon blows sea breeze to eat shrimp, but I came here unexpectedly. The sea is my hometown, and I want to go home to mom." He pushed even harder, and as he did so, he became aware of the qi. And he turned around to see the Taoist mark on the flowers and the Taoist mark on the plower, and he thought how cozy it was. The horse did something I didn't want to discuss since the horse believed that the Taoist mark on this power was mending my ailments and restoring vigor. Look at the flush on its cheeks if you don't comprehend what I'm saying. Chen was taken aback and wondered if this horse was in heat, and why is this the case? Chen was taken aback and wondered if the horse had previously been a cow. He noticed that the horse was racing quicker than a hungry lion. While the horse was going, it heard what Chen was saying, and he replied, "Nothing can compare to me in plowing the land, cow or whatever." Chen pondered, could it be that arable land is its favorite? And thought to himself, it's a shame it can't be ridden. The horse objected, claiming that he is not thin and that he has meat on his bones. The horse came to a halt and stated that I needed to gain weight, and even if I make a mistake while munching grass, I'll stay here to plow the fields, and he began to nibble the grass. When Chen saw this, he grinned and told himself that he should find a way to thank Da Zhuang for gifting him this horse. When the horse ate the grass, he was taken aback to discover that the flavor was spiritual energy. In his mind, he said, "This energy is 10 times stronger than bejeweled nectar, and this is everlasting grass." While everything was going on, Xiao Bai approached Chen and barked. And he realized why Xiao Bai was barking and asked, "Visitors again?" He inquired. Chen headed to see those people, but before he left, he told his tiny horse to plow the field because he'd repay him with green grass tonight. The shiny horse's eyes opened as he wondered what the green grass was all about. The horse grew more motivated when he realized he needed to plow the field, and he needs to show his master that no one can plow the fields like him, a dragon. The horse had that wild look and announced loudly that as an animal, I would now be a beast that plows the fields. He yelled greedily, "It's all mine, don't take it." The phoenix's eyes widened as it sweated in shock, wondering if this horse was insane. Chen was taken aback when he realized it was them again. Everyone was delighted to see him, but Yi Jinghong abruptly inquired if his unexpected arrival had troubled him. Chen simply replied that he had nothing to do today other than plow the fields, so it was fine. Yi Jinghong assumed the master's meaning for cultivating had to be nurturing the skies and all living beings. Yi Jinghong was relieved that he had guessed correctly. Qin Yin was in awe of Chen and thought, "Master is amazing." Qin Potion was astounded as well since he had assumed he would become a pawn for master and assist him in plowing the field. Chen then looked about at the others and wondered why the four had come and if something was amiss. Yi Jinghong bowed and told him the hoe he gave him a few days earlier was excellent, so he came here to express his gratitude. Chen replied with a smile, telling him it was just a hoe. There is no need to express gratitude. Elder Yi and his daughter are etiquette experts, and they are far too kind. Chen pondered. And he pictured himself doing something he felt would be ideal with Yi Qingwu. Yi Qingwu informed him that he had come across a rabbit and asked if he wanted to see it. Chen immediately expressed his desire to do so. Yi Jinghong grinned, thinking to himself, how could Master know that this rabbit is an old divine beast descended from the psychic jade rabbit's bloodline? What Yi Jinghong and Yi Qingwu didn't realize was that Chen was planning how to grill the rabbit's head and thinking about how wonderful it would be. Yi Qingwu thought to herself, what a cute rabbit, who wouldn't like it? Chen informed them that he was about to bring back some little animals to grow, but they instead gave him one, to which he replied, thank you, Elder Yi. Chen touched its head and felt his fur, thinking how soft his fur was and how he might fashion a glove out of it. Yi Qingwu assured Chen that this rabbit is very docile and will not flee. Yi Jinghong's eyes widened as he heard this, wondering whether it meant that if their love is solid, he will not betray. Meanwhile, Chen gently placed the bunny on the ground. The rabbit sighed with relief because head pats felt so lovely. Chen and the others moved away, leaving the bunny to relax. Xiao Bai went up to the bunny. Xiao Bai said, I smell something good to eat, and began to drool. The rabbit jumped in terror and yelled at Xiao Bai not to approach him. Dragon vine wrapped around him, warning the rabbit to be careful. What the hell is this? Exclaimed the rabbit. The celestial tree laughed and said, I'm such a clown. The heavenly tree's eyes twinkled as he watched the rabbit quiver in fright. And the rabbit's jaw dropped as he realized there was such a large ant. And the ant grinned as he looked at the rabbit, saying, here comes another rival. As it questioned himself, the poor rabbit's mind ultimately snapped. What exactly am I? What am I doing? He mentally questioned them if he didn't meddle with any of them. The rabbit just lay there on the ground, quivering in dread. Chen cooked a supper in the rear of the kitchen and informed them that since they had arrived, what about staying for dinner? All of them were looking at the ingredients Chen was holding while he was saying this. Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin requested Chen's assistance in washing the ingredients. They were both enthusiastic and eager to assist. But before Chen could say anything, the ingredients were removed from him, leaving him stunned and perplexed at what had just transpired. Qin Potion was determined, declaring that he would prepare the ingredients. Yi Jinghong was also resolute, as he told him that he would prepare the fire while holding wood. Chen smiled and thought, what an unsophisticated family. Chen warned Elder Qin that the knife was quite sharp and that he should proceed with caution. Meanwhile, Qin Potion was staring at the sword in awe, realizing that it was the famous weapon. Chen told Yi Jinghong that the lighter he was holding was the lighter. All he has to do is press it, and there will be fire. Yi Jinghong then pressed it. In fact, fire appeared, shocking both of them, especially Yi Jinghong, who thought it was a hidden samadhi flame capable of bolting the sea. They both remained silent as they felt the warmth of the fire. Chen was wide-eyed from the strangeness that was unfolding in front of him. Despite the fact that the warriors on the Shenwu continent are running around, they are still eternal gods according to Earth's technology. Both Yi Jinghong and Qin Yin were taken aback by the fact that this water was 1,000 times purer than the terrified spring water. A single stride on the ocean is worth 1 month of heart cruises. When Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin touched the water, they felt the fresh, cool sweetness of the water, and the powerful spiritual force. While this was going on, Chen pretended to cough and apologized for disturbing them. Both Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin were concerned that Senior might become enraged. Chen shook his head in frustration because he knew there were plenty of people on the Shenwu continent who could mess around. Chen gently mumbled that he would bring tea to the others. Half an hour later, Chen was cooking like a professional chef, with a rich scent in the air and a faint golden glow from the pan, and Yi Qingwu handed her the ingredients she had brought. Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin were astounded by such a divine look. Chen was only concerned with his cooking. The supper was almost ready, and Yi Jinghong and the others could smell it. Qingwu thought to herself, 1 bite is enough for a lifetime. The supper had been made and was on the table. Chen also invited them to taste his cooking. Everyone was staring at the food in wonder. They were drooling somewhat. Chen groaned, a little disappointed, as he told them not to say anything if they didn't like it, and he sat down to eat. When he looked up, he was astounded to find Yi Qingwu and the others devouring his food like hungry dogs. They began to level up while eating, as their power got stronger and stronger. Chen sobbed quietly as all of the food on the table vanished. Qin Yin told him that this dish is incredibly tasty. Chen thought such a poor family could find such a tasty vegetable dish. He asked if they wanted to stay for a while longer. Yi Qingwu told him there was no need, stating, "How could we take advantage of your generosity?" She then told him that she'll go wash the dishes. Qin Yin told him she'll assist her. Chen sighed in his mind, thinking that, as expected, martial artists would not owe favors so lightly. Yi Qingwu finished washing the dishes a few minutes later, and Yi Qingwu informed him that he was not required to send them out. Qin Yin agreed, saying they had already bothered him enough today. Qin Potion was looking at the blade with grief as he wanted to grab it, and Chen was wide-eyed at this pitiful sight, and Yi Jinghong asked him angrily, "What are you doing?" Chen sweated and informed him that because he likes the knife so much, he'll give it to Qin Potion. Qin Potion was crying and surprised that Chen was giving him the blade. Qin Potion hurriedly seized the blade and exclaimed loudly, "I'm touched, and I'll never forget your kindness." Chen stepped back a little and advised him not to get too excited as long as he was content. Chen felt that since Qin Yin and Yi Qingwu had given him a bunny, he should return the favor. Chen smiled shyly and offered them 2 handkerchiefs, which Qin Yin and Yi Qingwu looked at with interest, and Chen told them that these 2 handkerchiefs were for them. Yi Qingwu thought to herself, "I've heard mortals give handkerchiefs to their loved pawns to express their affection," and Qin Yin agreed as Chen handed those handkerchiefs his own things. And Yi Qingwu assumed Chen was expressing his interest in her, and she should be more straightforward. And Qin Yin surmised, "Perhaps Master likes me," and she reasoned that as long as she had a chance, she would not give up. Yi Qingwu thanked him first, explaining that she was merely lacking a handkerchief. Qin Yin told him that this handkerchief is lovely, and she is overjoyed. 1 hour later, Chen was standing within the courtyard, telling himself that he was looking at those 2, and how they stared at the handkerchiefs, and how pathetic it was that they become martial artists but didn't even have a handkerchief. And the rabbit began to stir inside the courtyard. The rabbit opened its eyes and was instantly terrified when it saw Chen approaching her. And it wailed as it leapt around, screaming that it needed to get out of here. And the rabbit slammed on Chen's leg right away, screaming that it couldn't stay here any longer. "The big guys will eat me," it stated. But Chen caught it before it could flee, and it panicked, crying, "I don't want to be popular." When Chen took it, he stared it in the eyes and said, "I'm just so hungry to still be hungry. What about some spicy stir-fried rabbit with rice?" The rabbit merely looked at him, weeping, in sorrow. Chen questioned the rabbit, "Do you have any last words, little bunny?" The rabbit screamed as it begged its owner to let him go because he was just an innocent bunny. Chen wondered if this bunny would plead for mercy. The rabbit suddenly grabbed his hand and rested his head on it. And the bunny gave him the cutest look it could muster. Chen was surprised since he didn't understand why it had suddenly become so adorable. He tried to avoid the sweetness, but in the end, he decided to help the bunny. Then Chen told her that the next time she attempts to kill herself, he won't help her. The bunny looked at the bandage with interest. Chen began bandaging the rabbit, and the bunny gazed at him in awe that her injuries were healed. Chen patted its head and walked away. The rabbit was still grieving, but this time, it was happy because its master had healed her. Chen decided to see how the skinny horse was doing. He didn't notice the bunny blazing gold as he walked away. "Mom, did your divine spirit bless me with meeting Master?" the rabbit wondered. And she transformed in a burst of smoke, exclaiming, "Mom, I miss you." Chen was stunned when he went outside to see how the skinny horse was doing. Chen thought this was crazy, yelling with surprise that more than 100 acres of land had been plowed. The horse merely lay there, fatigued and in agony, his stomach distended, telling himself that he must prove to his master that he can not only plow the fields, but also use his fat as a mountain. He began to chew the grass again, ready to prove himself to the master. Chen was once again amazed that he was still eating. Chen directed Xiao Bai to his medical kit. The holy phoenix was simply circling. He also yawned. Chen opened the horse's mouth and poured an unknown liquid into it. Meanwhile, Xiao Bai was staring at the horse, thinking to himself that the horse was now a beast in charge of plowing the field for master, but he still wanted to be a mountain. He informed him that he was seeking trouble. The horse abruptly stood up and yelled, "Nay! It smells," yelled the horse. And part of the grass waste in his stomach exited his body from the back. And I don't need to tell you where from the back because you already know. In any case, the horse pondered why this was happening to him. The horse collapsed because he was exhausted and sweating bullets. It inquired once more, why can't he be the master's mountain? Xiao Bai advised him that those who cross their boundaries will be met with the butcher's knife the next time and that he should always remember who he is, he stated with a grim expression. The horse then inquired as to his current situation. Xiao Bai closed his eyes and looked serious. He opened his eyes and said passively, I am the master's dog. The horse was stunned, and he resolved to become a master's bird and beast. Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin were astounded the next day in the Cloud Sword sect as they looked at the blade that Qin Potion was holding. Qin Potion told him seriously that he is now certified because an expert gave him a kitchen knife. Yi Jinghong groaned and explained that since Chen has the heart to cultivate a land, everything that grew in the land was naturally vegetables in the field. Hearing what Yi Jinghong said, Qin Potion gazed at him with astonishment and uncertainty. Yi Jinghong went on to explain that Chen had given him a kitchen knife and that he hoped to become a pioneer in chopping everything. Yi Qingwu examined the handkerchief and inquired of her father what an expert meant by giving her a handkerchief. Yi Jinghong responded by explaining that the handkerchief is embroidered with sunset radiance, a metaphor for Taoist Huoyan. He told her that Chen wanted them to find the location of the Taoist Huoyan's death and recover the treasure he left behind. Yi Qingwu grew unhappy, and she inquired as to what type of existence is expert, who gazes up at the treasure left by the Taoist Huoyan. Hearing that, Qin Yin gave her a serious look. Yi Jinghong yelled angrily at her, fool. Chen, of course, dislikes Taoist Huoyan wealth, but this is a test for you. Hearing this, Yi Qingwu was stunned and surprised. Yi Jinghong informed her that if she couldn't accomplish it, she wasn't fit to be an expert pawn. Yi Qingwu said with resolve, adding that in order to become an expert's pawn, she will undoubtedly identify the location where the Taoist Huoyan dies and obtain the treasure. Yi Jinghong nodded and said, very good. Qin Yin had no idea what the purpose of the handkerchief that the expert had given her was, but she guessed it was to play music. Her handkerchief bore a musical sign, and she began to imagine herself and Chen holding hands and seeing each other in the eyes. Qin Yin blushed profusely at what she had envisioned. Someone opened the door and bowed, and she screamed in fear, Patriarch, as she didn't expect the sudden visit. The Patriarch recently informed Yi Jinghong that the third princess will come on Yuha Island in 3 days and that they are cordially invited to meet her. Yi Jinghong didn't even glance at the Patriarch when he told him that he didn't have time to tell the princess. The Patriarch was stunned and amazed and responded, yes, sir. Qin Yin was worried as she told him the third princess is very powerful, and it isn't right to reject them. Yi Qingwu agreed, telling him that she is the Empress's legitimate daughter, is highly favored by the Emperor, and that they must give her face. Yi Jinghong looked at nothing and said useless thing, in rage. Yi Jinghong took out his hoe and said that they were now Chen's pawns and that we represented an expert face outside. And not to mention she's just a princess, even if the Emperor arrives, she is not qualified to meet them. If you have any complaints. Zhang He immediately exclaimed, ask this hoe of mine first. Qin Potion exclaimed as well, and said, and my kitchen knife as well.
Yi Qingwu and Qin Yin exchanged glances and agreed that those two old men are high. Meanwhile, back in Chen's backyard, Chen grumbled about his stinky horse. Chen was wandering around his yard when he observed a figure on the ground. He approached the figure to see who it was, and he was shocked to see the person. He noticed a tiny girl with bruises and wondered, where did this kid come from? To be continued.